Salutations, everyone. How's everyone doing out there? I just wanted to. I'm not going to be on long. I'm be probably going to be on, um, just doing some content throughout the day, or throughout the weekend. So I just wanted to just kind of just add my little perspective on some topics that I've seen trending lately, and also before I begin, I also wanted to make sure that you are privy to my next interview tomorrow afternoon with O'Neill TV. So please make sure you tune in Saturday at 3 p.m. I have the flyer up on my community wall as well. That's Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. tomorrow. O'Neill TV. He is a content creator and author, and he focuses primarily on doing reviews on the Country Wayne skits out there. So I'm looking forward to having some, some powwow with him. So stay tuned for that. And so I just a couple of things wanted to add my 2 cents on. For one, a lot of people are doing commentary on Bishop Marvin Winans quote unquote alleged rebuking of this woman who did not follow instructions when it came to her sowing her seed um, in the collection plate. So I know you all have heard about during service, Pastor Winans had um, instructed certain lines to be formed based on the contribution that was given. And so this woman did not follow the instructions, allegedly, as per the videos that we saw. She went in the wrong line, or she gave her donation at the wrong time. And so Marvin Winans had requested that everyone sow a seed of 1,000 plus 1,000, so 1,000 from them, and then he wanted them to recruit someone else to donate another 1,000. Okay, raising funds in the church. That's what the Kojic. We all know that that's what normally happens, especially in a Kojic setting. However, a lot of people who are I've noticed that a lot of people who are defending Pastor Winings, especially in the gospel community or those who are in the church sector, they're saying that this is the norm, when it comes to offering. And yes, we understand what the norm is or what the normal routine is, but just because it's normal or just because it happens often, just because it's common practice, doesn't make it right. Now, my position is okay, if you want to structure offering time a certain way, that's fine. But it's how you address your congregation that's an issue for me personally, because I felt like, okay, she didn't follow instructions or she didn't pay attention to what was said, but that still doesn't give you the right to talk to her like she's a child. I mean, she like okay, he was saying about apparently, for those who don't pay attention, I said this is supposed to be 1,000 on 1,000, and it's like the way he called her out in front of the congregation. That is the issue that a lot of us have. It's not about you raising funds for the church or whatever a church member decides to donate. That's none of my business. But it's how you execute your messages, or how you deliver your message. I thought that was disrespectful how he called her out like that. She announced what she donated. And I mean, I wouldn't go as far as to say that he rebuked her. I don't think that, but he disrespected her. It was the tone in his voice, and people were coming out saying, well, we don't know the relationship between her and Pastor Winings, and they probably known each other for a long time, and we might, and I know what they're getting at, because you have certain people that have, like I have certain report with people where I might say something sharp or I say something sarcastic, and it may come across to someone as being disrespectful, but we understand our lingo, we understand our dynamics, so they understand that I'm not coming across disrespectful, but I'm being sarcastic and I'm being funny at the same time. So, but in that case, no. I just feel like he was 10 toes down on how he said it, not just what he said, but how he said it. And I think that's the main issue, is the level of respect and decorum that you have in front of a congregation, that you called her out in that way, regardless to whether or not they known each other for a long time. And when they sat with a news station, it seems like there was Pastor Winers was doing some type of damage control, a kind of a PR move, because it just looks to me like he you know had her come on and saying I wasn't rebuked at all. I didn't follow instructions. Like he it was like she was kind of programmed to um, make some type of justification to how everything was executed, or how everything went down, instead of and I didn't hear Pastor Winans even at the slightest took any type of ownership to how it came across. He just explained the flow of that time. Like, he explained how the process worked when it came to collecting an offering, and when it came to um, how he wanted everyone to be lined up depending on the amount that was given. Okay, I get all that, but you still did not even make an effort to apologize for how you addressed her. That's the thing. We are all adults here. Is how you addressed her. That's the issue. So all these people talking about, oh well, that's what no, that's what happens in the church, especially in the Kojic church. Just because something happens all the time doesn't make it okay. Cheating happens all the time. We have a lot of people say, oh, men, a lot of most men going to cheat, or cheating happens very often in relationships. It doesn't make it right. You know, common doesn't always make it right. Stand on principle. All right. So that's my take on that. We got to understand that, yes, we are to understand that we hold pastors and clergy to a certain standard, and that's more of a reason why that they should not be exempt from accountability. Bottom line. Um, so I just wanted to kind of add my little 2 cents, like I always do in these little short videos that I do. Um, and let me see. And also, leave Ashanti alone. She had a baby. Weight gain tends to come with having a baby. Especially when you have baby boys tend to balloon you. I know firsthand. I gained 60 pounds when I had my son, and I've gotten all kind of. And you would think that, because like I said before, people, when it comes to me, it was I've gotten it. Oh, you getting fat, Faith? You gained so much weight. I had a child. Now, as time went on, I can't just use that as an excuse, because I did let myself go at some point, and I decided to make certain decisions in my life down the line to help me slim down again. But just the bottom line is that when you have a child, and this whole societal norm that you have to be pressured to get that snatch back, you're so pressured. Like, there's so much pressure for a woman to maintain a certain level of beauty and a certain type of frame. First of all, we are not born the same. We are not going to be. We're not all going to be size fives, even though no matter how much you work out, no matter how much you diet. Like, for example, Monique, she puts in the work. Like, you see her videos, and she is going in. She is working out. She's doing those dance moves, and I'm sure she's, living her best healthy life. But she's never going to be a size five. Just not, we as individuals are born with different frames. So a lot of people have larger frames than others. And so, even though, yes, I could put myself in this fact, I know that I need to lose weight, and I struggle with that. And I know what my struggle is, and I'm going to work on that. Ashanti knows. I'm sure that she's very comfortable with it, and she as she should be, because she looks beautiful then, and she looks even more beautiful now. You know, after, not just with the weight gain, but motherhood in general looks beautiful on her. So all these people, all these trolls coming at her online, and these are the people that I'm sure that are walking around, looking like Humpty Dumpty themselves, but they have the audacity to attack someone's physique, especially after having a child. Like, that's crazy to me. Ashanti, keep living your life, keep doing what you're doing. Just make sure that you're healthy. Make sure that you are maintaining self-care for yourself and for your baby and for the man that she got. Because I know some of these people that are out here talk about her weight may not even have someone to share that body with. So just a little note there. But leave my girl Ashanti alone. She is still beautiful. She's wearing her newfound thickness very well. She's wearing her newfound juiciness very well, and I love it for her. I think we all go through our struggles, but I mean, it's so much pressure on women because men can walk around with their bare kegs and man boobs all the time, and nothing is said, nothing is, not there's no scrutiny there. So yeah, stop it. Stop with the body shaming. Stop with the, I mean, we all know that as long as you have a sense of self awareness when it comes to your health, that's the most important thing. The self awareness and maintaining your health. That's the most important thing. But stop with all this nonsense. I mean, let this woman live. She's still performing out there. She's still giving you some shows. Her and Nelly are putting their lives out there, and it's a, let you need to just, yeah, leave that alone. Leave that alone. Okay, so I know there's some other things that's come out. With there's still back and forth with the Braxton family. There's still some back and forth between Nicki Minaj and anybody that she wants to um wants to bring down or put down, because I know she called out Keisha Kaur, saying that she's trying to look like her, and I'm like, okay, I mean, the same could be said about you when it comes to Lil Kim. I mean, why are we so catty and competitive as women? If Miss Keisha Kaur was inspired by a style that you had from back then, or if she is wearing something, or that you wore a couple of years ago. I mean, why is it that you want to try to equate it or try to incorporate it with someone trying to steal your style or someone trying to be like you? And Keisha Kior is a beautiful woman. I've always liked her style. I don't like what she's doing to her face, but I like her style and I like how she pours it to a man. Even though I know some people have mixed feelings about that, because I do sometimes feel like she tends to treat her Gucci Mane as a son instead of a husband. And I do on this, and we have to also understand that just going off of a little bit off of her Breakfast Club interview and how she was saying about where he has certain bipolar episodes and how she had to take action on that. And so from outside looking in, we cannot really dictate how she should react or how she needs to um, execute when those things happen, because you know you have to actually be in the space with someone with mental illness to understand her approach towards how she handles um, certain things in regards to a husband. And also, I think that it's commendable that Gucci Mane actually is making an effort to manage his own mental health, his mental illness. Not a lot of people do that. They don't want to take they don't want to, they don't want to comply with treatment. They don't want to treat themselves. So they expect for someone to be supportive and be understanding of their mental state or their alternate when they have, alternate state, because no, when it's no one's fault, when you diagnose with an illness, it's not that person's fault, and there's symptoms that comes along with it. And so unfortunately, when you have people that have these mental illnesses, they expect, for people to just rally around them and be sympathetic and not, but you have to put in the work as well. You have to put in the work to go to therapy. You have to put in the work to consistently um, comply with treatment, whatever treatment that's given to you. You got to comply with that, and you have to make the best effort possible to manage it, so it won't be so burdensome to the people closest to you. So it just seems to me that Gucci Mane is making efforts and strides towards taking ownership, because he acknowledged the fact that he has an illness, and he did the work to put his best foot forward and manage it. Because he admitted there were times where he would. That's the one of those moments when he was so high, where that led up to him putting that ice cream cone tattoo on his face, and he would give away stuff to people, and in his mental state, and he knew from that time the people that was most loyal to him, because you have those people that was waiting on the sidelines for him to have an episode, because I guess they was looking forward to what they was going to receive from him in that state. So I commend Keisha Kayor for being that pillar for him, and I think that we need to commend her and not make it seem like she's being like too submissive, or she's but I think also she needs to um, be more of a wife and not be more of a partner, not a parent. In certain areas, but whatever works for them and their happy home, let's let it ride. Let's let it ride. So we just want to be mindful of those who are suffer mental illness, those who are, make sure you get the right type of diagnosis. Make sure that even if you have to get a second or third opinion in regards to your diagnosis or in regards to being evaluated, please make sure that you get the resources needed to be a better you. All right. So, be a better us, so those are some of the topics that was discussed today. So I just wanted to kind of give my little spiel. So I thank you so much for tuning in. I hope everyone has a good day. I'm gonna be back, throughout the weekend. I'm pop up. I'll probably pop up with some more um, some more of my 2 cents, or I'll probably do a reaction video, because I'll be seeing quite a few videos that I wouldn't mind reacting to. So I'll probably come on with that as well. So in the meantime, have a good one.